musicians and dancers is getting ready to honor the Canadian involvement in the Battle of Vimy Ridge. The RCMP Regimental Pipes and Drums of K Division are leaving on Saturday for France. The group will be starting their 12-day tour in Paris, and during their visit, they'll take part in a number of Vimy commemorative events in France and Belgium. Here to talk about the tour and how the band got involved is Jared Redikoff. He's the drum major for the group, and Bob Scott. He's the president of the not-for-profit organization. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Morning, Mark. Thanks for coming in, guys. So tell us about what you're going to be doing when you're in France.
Well, we're going to be heading over for, as you said, for about 12 days. We're going to start off in Paris, and we're going to be performing 3 separate days at Vimy. We're going to be there for the 100th anniversary on the 9th. We're going to be doing a flag raising with the National Ceremonial RCMP Troop on the 5th. And we're going to be performing again. There's like a kids' day on April 10th at Vimy, so we're going to be performing there as well. As well as performing at Vimy, we're going to be performing at Juno Beach, as well as Menin Gate, and we're going to be performing for the Ravivage at the Arc de Triomphe as well in Paris.
It sounds like this is a pretty big deal, right? I mean, to be involved in it must be pretty exciting and pretty special for the group that's going.
Oh, absolutely. This has been a labor of love that's been going on. The fundraising's been going on for, I think, about 5 years, and the hardcore planning, we've struck a committee, and it's been going on for about 2.5 years.
A lot of logistics, I'm sure, hey?
Quite a few. It's been the federal government. We've had to deal with various departments. We've been dealing with Veterans Affairs, Department of National Defense, the RCMP, as well as the French National Police, the Belgian Police. There's been a whole lot of liaising that needed to happen.
And also fundraising, I suppose, too, right? Things that have to come together and make it all happen.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. There's a lot of fundraising, actually. As Jared said, 2.5 years of fundraising. The band hosts an annual Robbie Burns night, and that's our biggest fundraiser for the year, where we have a silent auction and do a lot of fundraising. But then we also participate in parades throughout the province during the year, and any stipends we receive from that have contributed to our funding for the trip.
So who's in the band? Who takes part? Are these police officers or just anybody who wants to be a volunteer?
We have it's all volunteer. We have a real mix of people, actually, from every walk of life, and from I think our youngest member is about 22, 23 years old, right to an 82-year-old.
Really?
Piper, you betcha. Yeah. Wow. So men, women, and although it's a pipe and drum band, with a dance component, we've got some great dancers that are actually judges in Highland dancing as well. Mm-hmm. The group is not always just Scottish in nature. It's we have folks with Ukrainian heritage in their families, French, different heritage too.
Yeah, well, I guess it's a cross section of Canadians, right?
Oh, absolutely. We've got everything from. I work for the provincial government. We've got serving police members. We've got a lot of emergency services, fire department, mm-hmm. Paramedics. We've got a couple of professors. We've got, you name it, we pretty much have in the band somewhere.
So when this was coming up on the horizon, why did you want to get involved? Why did you want to be there in France?
I was there for the 75th anniversary, and it was one of the most awe-inspiring moments that I had up until that point. When I saw, I don't know if you've ever seen the Vimy Monument, but there's a statue of Mother Canada weeping for her dead. And on one side, when you had the bugler playing Last Post, and then on the other side, you had the piper playing the lament. I'm getting goosebumps again just from thinking of that moment. And that's a moment that I wanted everybody in our band to be able to feel and participate in.
How big of a group will be there as far as, obviously your band, but probably others as well? Is it going to be like thousands of people there, or what's it going to be like? Do you know?
The last number I heard was approximately about 40,000 Canadians are going to be descending on Vimy. Wow. They actually had where you had to sign up, and they gave everyone until February 28th to actually register on Veterans Affairs website. Mm-hmm. And I think they shut it down early to mid-February because they'd already reached capacity.
Well, I've heard from other people who've been there and been to the grave sites and that kind, and they talk about what a moving experience it's been for them. I'm sure if you've been there, have you both been there before?
I've never been there yet.
So this is something that you're looking forward to.
Absolutely, yeah. One thing we discovered with the band too is that about there's 38 members of the band, so musicians and dancers that are going over. There is 6 or 8 that have identified family connections to Vimy itself, just in the First World War, let alone anybody who's got family members who served in the Second World War over there. And so I think there's a connection not only from being a Canadian, but a very personal connection for some of the members in the band who had relatives who made an ultimate sacrifice over there, or may have been lucky enough to come home. Some of them do talk about some of the stories that their relatives, speak or don't speak of when they go back.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting experience, and it's probably the only time in your lifetime you get a chance to. I mean, it only happens once, right? The 100th anniversary. So, congratulations on your efforts to get there, and best of luck. Hope it's a great experience.
Thanks very much.
Jared Redikoff and Bob Scott are members of the RCMP Regimental Pipes and Drums of K Division. They leave for France on Saturday. Coming up to 3 minutes before 7 o'clock now. And this morning we've been talking about the story that really caught everybody's attention yesterday. The Globe and Mail columnist